Well, hello there, hi everyone, peace be upon you all. A following tutorial is a very simple tutorial, yet a very helpful tutorial. So, some of you, well, reading a map in Map Info, some of you probably familiar with this functionality, and some of you probably not, because this functionality only available in Discover add-ins right here. So when you installing Discover add-ins, there are some additional menu that um, allowing us to do an advanced map processing and modifications. So in our case, we're going to feed a map in Map Info Professional. Feeding a map in Map Info Professional is a process to fit uh, the map window display into a specific size of the Windows display that proportional to the object selected. So the idea is when you select an object in Map Info Professional, you can set your window size to be fit into the object size. All right. Uh, for example, okay, let's get the ball rolling. So suppose I'm going to capture a specific area of the map and I'm going to create an object that covering a specific area of the map and we are going to fit the map window size that proportional to our uh, vector object to our created vector object. So you can uh, either you can use a cosmetic layer by creating an object without intention to save the object into a new table rather we're going to save it into a workspace file, or you can also create a new table and drawing a vector object onto your map. So you can use a cosmetic layer in order to start digitizing the object of laying your map, or you're going to create a new table. In this case, I'm just going to create a new table and adding the table into our map. For example, I'm going to make a rectangle, right? Because it is proportional to the map size. So I'm going to type rectangle into my table structure, and I'm going to give the table name rectangle as well, right? After hit enter, the rectangle table is created and it's automatically set or adjust the editable panel into on, so you can start digitizing. In this case, we're going to create a rectangle covering a, some part of the area of our map. Let's say I'm going to create a, let's say I'm going to capture this area by means uh, we're going to use this rectangle to uh, fit the map window to shrink the map window size that proportional to this area. So we only going to capture this area that bounded by this rectangle, right? In order to do so, we go to Discover and then drop down to Map Window and then drop down to Fit Map Window to selected object. You can use this menu, or either way you can use this toolbar menu that's similar to the uh, Fit Map Window in the Discover menu. All right. So after clicking the menu, you see the object is automatically fitted. I mean, the map window is automatically fitted into selected object. You may wondering what is the purpose of this process. For example, uh, when we're not going to use this fitting map window, it probably cumbersome for GIS users uh, to adjust the map size, adjust the map display with that proportional to the map scale, and then for more critical um, for more critical effect when you're creating a map grid in terms of a coordinate grid, for example. So uh, let me repeat the process once again in order to make you more clear understand about this process. You can save the table, of course, because you're adding a rectangle there. So to fit the map, you click the object. All right, after the object is selected, go to discover, drop down to map window, and then go down to fit map window to selected object. All right, so the map size will be fit in. I mean, the some part of the map may not be displayed, so uh, the area is displayed is only proportional to the rectangle of the lane the map right here, right? I'm gonna fit in the map. So what is the purpose of this? As I mentioned before, this is very useful when you're creating a map coordinate grid, for example. So I'm going to add a coordinate grid for a map. So by doing so, you can go to discover, drop down to map grid menu here. This map grid sub menu allowing you to create a map grid uh, more more sophisticated comparing to our uh, traditional map info gridding option. So this discover of map grid menu uh, allowing you to adjust your coordinate label and coordinate grid of a linear map. So our first option here, we can set the projection with respect to our map. You can use the native current projection, or you can use user define if in case you want to change the coordinate in terms of the coordinate type, the projection, and then the datum, etc. On the right side of the projection panel, you can see the grid spacing. By default, 250 meters for the grid spacing. It can be varies, can be different from a when you're starting a map info, and when you're starting map info with a different data, right? And go down, you can see the grid style here. We can set the grid style, whether you want to add a line, point, or edge tick, right? On the right option, you can adjust the label size with respect to the map scale. And one more important thing is this place label in this place label box should be checked in order to adjust our coordinate label to be outside uh, of the map area. And then down here you can see four box. It's labeled with left, right, top, bottom, where you want to add your label, uh, which side of the map. So I'm going to check all of the box. I'm going to give checks all of the four, and then before you hit OK, before you settle with all of this adjustment, I suggest you to hit the preview button first. All right. After hitting the preview button right here, you can see the display of coordinate grid. When you're satisfied with this view, you can hit the Save As button to save the object. Right. For example, coordinate grid 250. It's all done. You can adding a for further work. You can adding a scale bar, a note arrow, legend, which we only discuss it in our next video. Thanks for watching. Peace be upon you all.